let's give this guy an ear. Box. Let's see. There's so many different ways of setting this up. Just having a go. Let's have a look. I'm going to rotate it around that way. Do that. And his ears up here somewhere. There. Right. Height is that, so let's go into this one. Height, we can do that bit. So, yeah, that. Depth is a bit you can't see from that way. So depth is that. There you go, you can see it there. That'll do. So we've done that, and then width is whatever width is, which is that one. So if we do it out there, okay, cool. Subdivision width. What's that? That's that one. Let's do that with it. So we've got 3. Subdivision's height wants to be 2. Subdivision depth wants to be 2. Okay, we've kind of got a box that's in the right kind of place. Right, I think first off, if we get edge, if we get that edge loop there, that's not edge loop, double click, there we go, all the way around, and go R, then we've got kind of like more of that kind of lozenge shape kind of thing, which is good for everything except for where we're going to dock it onto the head, but that's okay, we can deal with that afterwards. So let's just nudge some vertices around here. That's quite good because that's sitting on the edge, that's sitting on the edge. That's not sitting on the edge, let's go W. So let's do that, and then get these two, and do that, and get those two, and do that. This one's coming a little bit. Right, and we can pretty much do that, I think. Not quite on the centre line there, so let's get these ones and go. Just go down the middle of the ear. We do want that to go out. These could be flatterish, I suppose, if you can go, no, we want to go here with those. Right, okay. So we've got that. I think it wants to round out more at the back. So that's not quite an edge loop, is it, because of those ends? Could do that and can't go well. Have at it like that. See, that rounds out the back quite nicely. Something like that is good. Cool. And then we want to have an opening in the middle of it. So if we go face and get that one, chip that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and go extrude, and then just scale inwards. There we go. They probably need a bit of organisation, but that'll do for now. And then we can go G, which is do that thing again, and then just push them backwards. There we go. You want to know how far back they are, you can go 4, get wireframe up, and you can go, oh, I can push them back a bit more, something like that. And then while you're at it, you can probably just get that edge in the middle there, that one. You can go W and push that one back a bit, and that'll dish that out. I wonder if it would be worthwhile going to face and getting those ones and just shrinking them. There we go. R. And bring them in a bit. Because if you put some edge loops around it, so use the multi-cut tool there, and then go to W and edge, and now you can go, oh, bring that in a bit there, and get that one, go W and then move that one forward. Da, da, da. I think that whole ear might be a bit thick actually. Okay, 3. I mean, if we have a look at the drawings, W, oh no, that is me. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit thicker than the actual drawings. So go, oh, we can narrow it off and push it back a bit. And now you can see where it is in relationship to this guy. This guy is not quite on the drawing, so let's go vertex. Get these ones and put them out there. See, those ones can go there. That line there is that line there, so we can take that down to there. That's a bit brief, but move those down a fraction. That looks alright. So let's go face, get that one, shift that one, shift that one, shift that one, and go extrude, and then go scale. I'm just going to scale them in. And then I'm going to circularize that bit. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's not looking. A. What does that look like here? W. So that's there. I'm going to extrude that again, you know. So I might, yeah, I'm still with face. So if I go extrude, I'll bring a bit out that way. Oop. If I go R, I can do that. What's that look like in there? So at that point you can go R and W. And quite frankly, edge. Edge no problem, let's go back a bit as well. Some of these things might want to just smooth in a bit. That look a bit hinky. Never mind. Face. They're still selected, so I can just delete those. Delete. And then this guy. Those are the matching faces there. So I'm going to face it is actually in face mode. If I go shift, that one, that one, that one, that one. Let's check, yep. Delete those. And probably just maybe tidy that up a bit and kind of go, well, something like that. Then get object mode, get this guy, shift select that guy and go combine. And then look at that huge history. We're going to go delete by type history. Freeze transforms. Although I don't think you need to freeze transform, but it's always safe. And go edge and go, yeah, U to U is definitely, so I'm going to go bridge and then those. I was kind of thinking it's like Bridget Jones, and then let's go Bridget, but in a slightly annoyed way. Bridge, there we go. Which is also possibly short for Bridget. Right. So having done that, I can go vertex and go U, going to go there-ish. Probably want to kind of come in for the ear a bit, but let's go have a look at the drawings in a second. And then we might want to go way. I always feel that edge loop should be forwards. And then if that edge loop is forwards, then we can sort of smooth that in a bit like that. That wants to go that way. That one definitely wants to go that way a bit. Turn that. Mind you, I'm saying that and doing this without actually going and having a look at the drawings, so I ought to. One's just sort of like making form play together quite nicely, and then the other one's kind of going, you should try looking at the reference material occasionally. So that's always a good thing. Yeah, because look, we need another edge loop in there. So if I go there, hold the control key. There. That one. Go edge. Get those ones. Pull them in a bit. Spin them around a bit. Move them into place a little bit. Vertex. Because that guy wants to be there. This guy wants to be there. Over there. How about that? And then the top view. Oh, it's all friendly and lovely anyway, isn't it? So normally I would go that one and that one, and want to come in that way a bit. And that one and that one wants to come in a bit that way. To soften that edge off around there. Jump, 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 jump. And then that one wants to come that way a bit. I think I quite like to round this off a little bit, so if I get those three, move them in that way, and that one, in the right direction. And then move that way and that way. That one. There we go. Sort of round that off a bit more. So, I mean, it's a very sort of Aardman style. All this and grommet. So let's go mesh display, soften edge, and then go 3. And there you go. There's these sort of crazy. It's yet another bit that makes him look more like a cow than a bug. Right, we've got that. So the ear is on. Let's get those two and go 1, so we're unsmoothed. This one, let's delete by type history. That one, delete by type history. This one, we can go mesh, whoop, mirror, yes, close. And then we've got some stuff that we might want to sort out here, because these might be nicer if they go straight across rather than up there. So I kind of feel like that one. So hang on, let's go to object mode for a start. Let's delete by type history. And so I can go vertex W. Because I mean, although these make sense to go out that way, they get the kind of little pinch points there which we don't really want. And so I could go from U to U, which would be fine, and then go Q, edge, delete U, and delete U. So we're 5-sided now, which is not great. Yeah, we're going to have to put some more geometry in there. Can we do that again? From U to U. There we go. And then Q. In fact, what I'm going to do is going to go Object X, there we go. So now anything that I do on one side, I can do on the other side. So what I want to do now, but in fact what I want to do is I want to go from there to there. There we go. Quad. And then from there to there. So that's quad as well. well. So all quads, which is good, and then we just want to space everything else a little bit more. So I'm just going to go W, and then go vertex, and that one. I want to come down, do that on side view, do that. And I've got symmetry on, so that should work. Do that, do that, and then again with this one, try and get that shape working. That, and then it wants to be about there. We could go. Nope, there. And sort of track them out of the space, obviously. Wants to go about there. How is that looking? Absolute perfection. Except for the fact that it's a little bit sticky outy in the middle there. I'm wondering if it would be better just to even it out that way. Just to make that a bit smoother. Bring that forward a bit, and bring that forward, bring that one forward a bit. Nudgety nudge. Not try and take away anything that's sort of like overtly creasy. Okay, I think I'll do. Oh, it seems to go in a long way, doesn't it? Move that out a bit. Forward. Maybe even up a bit. Oop. Something like that. Let's see what that looks like smooth. See that? Looks like it's got a bit of a kind of masky thing there. We might want to sort of knock that back a bit, but it's essentially fine. For some unknown reason, I've managed to delete the top of his horns. I don't know when that happened. Okay, let's fix that. Edge. Mesh. Fill. There we go. Go 1. I wonder if I go edge. Oh, they're not the same, are they? Right. So, what is. Let's take off Object X for a second. Do that. So that's that there. That's that one there. That's that sticky out one there. And that's that one going across there. So it should be from that one to that one, I think. Object line doesn't really matter because I'm just going to go cut. So it's from that one to that one. That's not right. It's definitely not right. Control Z. It's definitely this one. There we go. Is that right? Yeah, because then I can go from there to there. There we go. Oh, you know what I've not done? I've not done the other side. Oh, it doesn't matter. Object X. There to there. And from there to there. It changes colour. When you've got it mirrored. Q, vertex, guy, front view F, W there. And I obviously deleted the end of that at some point. How's that look? 3. Okay, the ends of its horns have faces. Brilliant, lovely. Object mode. Delete by type history for each transforms. Right, so I think midline face, that one. Let's get rid of object text for a second. Off. That one, shift that one, shift that one. Those 4. Let's probably not quite right, but never mind. Circularize. Like one hinky in the world it has, isn't it? Z. Let's not circularize them. Vertex. Side view. Yeah. So, I'm going to remove stuff. Phase. But, attribute editor, Control A. It's not what I meant to do. I meant to go Control Z. Let's go back to the channel box, please. Yeah, look, because we're not quite in the right place there, so let's move that over there. That'll go to there. Center line there. Of course, I can track over there. That can go there. That can go there. That can go there. Move out a bit there. Okay, something like that, and then that one. If I go object X, there we go. Something like that. Face object X off. Extrude world. Why circularize that now? Does it stay? No, it still goes twisty. I don't like that. Right. Fair enough. That's going to be his polo neck. So I'll go Z. Scale. Let's just scale it. Go W and then go up a little bit. There we go. So that's where we're going to start with. I can delete that if necessary. Head. 1. That one. Shift that one, shift that one, shift that one, delete. Okay. Now, but we want a neck, so I'm going to go cylinder. Yeah, there we go, which is obviously way too big, and we need to go from axis 20 up to 8. From radius 0.2, height 0.3. Lift it straight up to there. Side view F. A W somewhere in here. So that line there and that line there is matching that line there and that line there. So let's make him a bit longer. Height. Should I try 0.4? Yeah, that's too long. 0.4. No, not 4. 0.4. Yes, 0.4. There we go. Cool. Let's have subdivisions height 3. Just so it can stay cylinderish. We're a bit close in the top there. Okay, cool. Subdivision caps is 0. So we've got a neck volume in the middle there. Right, face, that one, delete. Should we take the bottom one out as well? Delete, okay, there we go. Cool. Object mode, delete by type history for each transforms. This guy, delete by type history, this guy. Has no history, which is good, lovely. So shall we do the neck to the head? Combine. And we can just go. Let's see what we get if we just do that. Go bridge. There we go. That's fine. We can even go divisions 1, and that's going to give us that extra division there. And then we can try and tidy up that, make that look a little bit more circular if it needs to be. Okay, symmetry, object X, there we go. If I go W, I can start to pull that out. That one in this view wants to be more like that. Look, there's a drawing. We can look at our reference and work towards that. Right, that U over there. U needs to run a bit better like that. Okay. Something along those lines. Right. There we go. So if I go object mode and then go mesh display, soften edges. I don't look too shabby, it's got a bit of an edge in the back there, but we can deal with that later. Right, let's delete its history. So I'll get that, shift select that and go combine, and then we can go from edge, double click, shift, double click, and then go bridge. There we go. Cool. You can see how lumpy those things are. Right, okay. So the neck is a bit narrow, so let's go edge. This one we definitely know is still circular. At least I think it is. Ooh, that's that. E was what I meant for. So if I go there with that. So now, if I go just above that, because I know that's still circular there, then I can go, that one. There we go. And then that one can go just inside that. So all the rest is wrong. So if I make that out, and do that, let's have a look what happens if I go vertex, you go out to there, and both of you go out to there, you go out to there, and you go out to there. I want to flow through in a bit. This one wants to be there. Why are you over there? I don't know. Right. What does that look like from the front? Aha. So if I go edge, and then actually I'm going to go R. Let's go there. Vertex. Let's go symmetry object X. W. Must be about there. Obviously, must be up here somewhere. Then I go 3. Yeah, it goes back a bit, so we need to put some edge loops in there. So if I go edge, get that one. Does it do anything weird if I go? Yeah, it will do. Off. Right. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. I think there's a thing about everything's clustered together there, which is not amazing. So if we go here, that's this thing here. So W, that can go there. This can come out. I'll spread the curving of that there. Bring that up. Bring that down a bit. Again, that can go there. This can go there. And that tidies up a bit there. Lovely. Nice. So that all flows in that way. That all flows in that way. Goody. So if I come in here, I can go control, go there, W, edge, go up with that, and then we just want a crease in the middle there. So if I get the multi-cut tool and go control, I can put one, seriously, there. Select. That's our guy. Oh look, we've finished him. And we've not done his eyes, and we've not unwrapped him, and we've not done that. But actually, we've modelled the guy. That's it. That's him. Done. Wow, that snuck up quick. So there, some rubbish in his history. Delete by type history. Yeah, look, and now he's finished. You can call him Bug. You can bug body, bug mesh, bug. Okay. Geo. Bug geometry. It's got an eye in it. Why? There we go. Cool. So that's that. So we need to put eyes in him. We've got to paint him. We've got to do all sorts of bits and pieces. But yeah, that's him done. Next stage is, quite frankly, the next stage. So I will see you in that video then. Bye.